Good evening and welcome to Poland Daily. I'm Nicholas Richardson and this is the news. Poland has ordered a further 25 million doses of the Pfizer vaccine in addition to the orders already placed with the company. Minister of Health Adam Niedzielski said that the first 10 million doses from the new order would arrive in Poland during the first half of the year, with the balance to arrive in the second half of the year. The new order raises the number of doses contracted for to 80 million doses, which is enough for 40 million people, which is more than the population of Poland. News of the new order came as Poland faces temporary shortages following Monday's delivery of only 176,000 of the planned 360,000 doses, as Pfizer BioNTech's plans to increase production capacity has resulted in temporary shortfalls in deliveries. The Health Ministry said that the reduced deliveries would be temporary and that shortfalls would be made up in February, when 400,000 doses are expected over 2 weeks. Joseph Biden has been sworn in as the 46th President of the United States. Yesterday's ceremony took place without the usual large crowds because of the coronavirus pandemic and heightened security measures following the storming of the Capitol building on the 6th of January. President Biden has already issued a number of executive orders, undoing some of the executive orders previously issued by President Trump.
Joe Biden and Kamala Harris have been sworn in as President and Vice President following an unusual inauguration ceremony in Washington, D.C. In his speech, Biden called for the nation to come together and heal.
This is our historic moment of crisis and challenge, and unity is the path forward. And we must meet this moment as the United States of America. If we do that, I guarantee you we will not fail.
The new president also addressed the storming of the Capitol building on the 6th of January, as well as the claims of former President Donald Trump, who has consistently stated that the election had been marred by fraud.
Recent weeks and months have taught us a painful lesson. There is truth and there are lies. Lies told for power and for profit. And each of us has a duty and a responsibility as citizens, as Americans, and especially as leaders who have pledged to honor our Constitution.
After the inauguration speech, President Biden and Vice President Harris received the national flags from Speakers Nancy Pelosi and Mitch McConnell. Later in the evening, President Biden signed a number of executive orders reversing some of Donald Trump's policies, including the one removing the United States from the Paris Climate Agreement and the travel ban on citizens from some terror hotspots in the Muslim world. In another executive order, President Biden authorized the United States to rejoin the World Health Organization.
Returning to coronavirus vaccine developments, Hungary has become the first country in the European Union to give preliminary approval to the Russian coronavirus vaccine Sputnik 5. On Thursday, Prime Minister Viktor Orban's Chief of Staff confirmed that both the Russian vaccine and the Oxford-AstraZeneca vaccine had been approved by the health authorities. Foreign Minister Peter Szijjártó is travelling to Moscow for further talks, during which he is expected to discuss an agreement for shipment and distribution of the Russian vaccine. Early results from trials of the Sputnik vaccine have shown promising results. Hungarian health officials are also in Beijing for talks with the Chinese authorities over the approval and immediate delivery of 1 million doses of the Sinopharm vaccine, which is already being used in neighbouring Serbia. The name of the manager of Poland's national football team has been revealed. The Portuguese national, Paulo Sousa, a former Juventus player, will make his debut as coach at the World Cup qualifier against Hungary on the 25th of March.
Doszedłem do wniosku i jestem przekonany.
I have reached the conclusion and I'm convinced. I might be wrong, of course, but I'm convinced that this team couldn't have progressed with the games that are ahead of us in the qualifying stage for the World Cup and the European Cup. And this team needs to progress. With all due respect to coach BioNTech, but my assessment, and that of my closest team, is that we wouldn't have been able to take the additional steps forward. We chose Paulo Sousa for the position, who was a great player himself.
Welcoming the end of Donald Trump's presidency, European Union Commission President Ursula von der Leyen warned that his rise highlighted the need to confront the internet giants who helped him spread what she described as conspiracy theories and fake news. The deaths of 5 people, including a police officer on Capitol Hill, were evidence of how words incite action, she said, while noting that the murder of British MP Joe Cox during the torrid days leading to the Brexit referendum and the storming of the Reichstag last August showed that Europe was not immune to the same forces. Von der Leyen said that the experience of recent years showed it was time for the tech giants to face a reckoning with democratic limits imposed on their untrammeled and uncontrolled political power. The Commission proposed legislation in December to make hate speech illegal online as well as offline, and for internet companies to be held responsible for the content of their platforms. Large tech companies would face fines of up to 6% of their turnover should they fail to police their content or share the appropriate data with authorities on how they moderate illegal content. That's the news. Thank you for watching. Stay with us for the weather, Poland Daily Business and more programmes. But from me, it's have a good night and a better tomorrow.